Hey everyone! Let's start with something super simple. Just wherever you are right now, look up. See that fan? Where is it? Is it above your head? Maybe it's next to the light.
All right, here's another one for you. Think about when you get home from school. Where do you chuck your school bag? Does it go under the desk, maybe behind the door, or just on a chair? You see those little words you're thinking of? Under, behind, on? Well, that is exactly what we're going to talk about today.
So, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something super important in English, prepositions. I know, they sound like small, boring words, but trust me, they do a huge job.
So, what in the world is a preposition? Well, put simply, it's a word that shows the relationship between other words in a sentence. It's like a little guide that tells you about three main things: time, so when something happens; place, which is where something is; and direction, which tells you which way something is going.
And if you want a really easy way to think about it, just imagine them as little location words. Yeah, like tiny little arrows or signposts in your sentences that are constantly pointing to things, showing you where stuff is, when it's happening, and which way it's headed. Okay, to see how these words work in the real world, let's meet someone. We're going to follow a student named Ria through her day. First up, her morning. And this is where we'll see how prepositions help us talk about time.
So, check out Ria's schedule. She goes for a jog in the morning. See that? We use in for a big chunk of time, like a whole morning. But then her school bus arrives at 8 a.m. We use at for a super specific exact time. And finally, her big cricket match, that's on Monday. On is perfect for specific days and dates. See how those tiny words, in, at, on, give us totally different information about time? So cool.
Now, this is a really good one because it clears up two words that can be kind of tricky: for and since. Think of for like it's a ruler. It measures a length of time, like she has been studying for 2 hours. But since is more like a signpost. It points to a specific starting time. For example, she has been studying since 4 p.m. One measures the duration, the other marks the beginning. Simple, right?
All right, Ria's at school, so let's head into the classroom with her. Now, we're going to switch gears and look at prepositions of place. These are all about pinpointing exactly where things are. So what's the first thing she does? Of course, Ria puts her school bag under the desk. That one little word, under, tells us everything we need to know about where her bag is compared to the desk. And where's the teacher? She's standing in front of the blackboard. That simple phrase paints a really clear picture for us of the whole classroom scene.
And look over there, on the wall, there is a chart hanging between the two windows. Between tells us it's right in that space separating them. It's amazing how these simple words can build a whole image in your head. Okay, this chart is super helpful because it shows the tiny but really important differences between words that seem similar. Like a cat is under the bed. It's directly beneath it, maybe even hiding. But fish are below the surface of the water. They're just at a lower level in general. It's the same thing with over and above. You put a blanket over a baby, right? It's covering it. But the fan in your room is above your head. It's higher up, but it's not actually touching you. These little details matter. Okay, ding, 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 the bell rings. Class is over for now. It's time for the school assembly. And as Ria moves from her class to the assembly hall, we get to see a whole new kind of preposition in action, the ones that show direction. Let's follow her, step by step. First, she walks across the playground, moving from one side to the other. Then she goes through the main gate, passing inside it. After that, she climbs onto the stage, which shows she's moving up onto a surface. And later, she'll go to the library, her final destination. Every single word here tells us a different part of her journey. So, what's the big takeaway here? It's that prepositions of direction are all about the path, the journey. They don't just tell us where something is sitting still, they tell us where it's going and how it's getting there. All right, we're in our last section now, and here's something you need to know. Prepositions are social. They don't always work alone. A lot of the time, they team up with other words, like adjectives and verbs, to make special phrases. Let's call them preposition friends. Have a look at these awesome teams. For example, we always say we are proud of our school, right? Or maybe you're afraid of exams. And when you get good marks, you're happy about your results. Or maybe you're interested in science. You see, certain adjectives just love to hang out with certain prepositions. Learning these pairs is a secret trick to making your English sound way more natural. And guess what? It's the exact same story with verbs. You always listen to your teacher. You apologize for a mistake. We all should care for our friends. And when you lose your pencil, you look for it. The verb and the preposition, they click. They work together as one unit to tell us what the action is. So if there's one thing to remember from all of this, let it be this thought right here. Prepositions really are the little words that help us build these huge, detailed pictures in our minds. They're the ones that add all the color and all the detail. And that brings us to the end. So now, I've got a question for you. Think about everything we just talked about, the prepositions for time, place, and direction. Can you use them to describe your world? Just look around you right now. What do you see? Where is it? And hey, where are you going next?